Morning, everybody. This is Rental Robert with the Hustle Nation. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and it's Morning Monday. This is what Money Morning. And we are all about some financial independence. Hey, stop. If you would, hit the like button for me, or put a negative routine, but tell me why you say, hey man, you suck. We're all about some financial independence because there's no reason for anybody in this country to be broke. I'm assuming that you're watching this from the United States, and if not and you're abroad, welcome. I do greatly appreciate it. One of the things I'm a big advocate about is reading. This is a book that I started reading right here. Thing about it is that if you just read an average of 10 pages a day, that's going to give you 18 books a year. I don't remember last year how many I read, but 2019 I read 48 books that year. I read one a week, and a couple of them were real thick ones, and so it took more than a week and whatnot. So, but today's topic has to do with credit cards. Now, you're going to hear people tell you debt is bad. I don't agree with that at all. And I'll tell you why. Debt is a wonderful, if you take that money and you're able to make it work somewhere else and make more money with it. How do I mean by that? I'll give you an example. If you get a loan on a piece of property, you take out a mortgage on a piece of property, and we'll say you're having to pay 4%, but you're able to take that money and make 10%. That means that you're actually making 6% on that money. And you took on some debt, but you're actually making more money to pay that debt off. That's fantastic. Just the same as if you buy a piece of rental property. We'll just say the cost is $100,000. And you go get a loan, you have to put 20% down, so you put $20,000 down. You're financing $80,000, and we'll just say the place rents for $1,200 a month. You're making money, and you're probably making a little bit better than anywhere else you could if you put that money somewhere. So not all debt is bad, but let's talk about these credit cards. Credit cards can be extremely tricky. The problem with them is that we use them like drinking water, very fluid, don't even think too much about it or anything of that nature. Me personally, rarely do I use personally a debit card. The reason for that is that it wasn't too long ago, just a few short years ago, my credit sucked. I've had 3 houses go into foreclosure in the last 15 years. I haven't had anything happen in the last 8 or 9 years, but and so I had to get into the practice of rebuilding my credit. Yesterday, I sold a truck. It is a 2-wheel drive long bed Chevy crew cab work truck. I had bought it to start with my construction business, and the thing was that I bought that truck, flew down to Miami, picked it up, drove it back. Okay, they said they would finance me. I think my credit was just above 700. It was not good at all. Okay, or I'm sorry, just above 600. And so I got that truck, and I just made consistent payments on it. All right, each one to build my credit. Now credit's good and everything like that. Personally, I use a credit card, and basically I rotate it out every 2 weeks. And I get another one, or I don't go and apply for another one, but I take another one and put it in my wallet. And I'll tell you why. One of the ways that they give you a credit score and your points will go up is what they call utilization, okay? And you really want that to stay under 15. And what that means is that if the credit, your limit is $5,000, then you don't want more than $1,500 on there at any given time, okay? People will tell you 30%. I'm telling you, keep it at 15%, okay? That's why needing multiple cards is great. The other thing is that, like with me, I try to keep as much of my money in action turning dollars, okay? I do keep a reserve, and what I mean by that is cash that I can get to within 30 minutes to an hour, all right? But otherwise, all of my reserves or emergency funds is on cards, all right? And so I like to have big balances, or not balances, but big limits at my disposal. All right. So what I end up doing is I have multiple cards, and I just charge a little bit on them each day or whatever is needed. And the thing about it is you keep rotating, okay? Because it really doesn't do any good for your credit score if you got a $10,000 limit, but you're keeping $5,000 or $7,000 on there and keeping it going. The other thing I do is I pay mine off every month. That way I avoid the finance charge. Generally speaking, the average American will pay 35% of their paycheck to interest. The average American will pay 35% out of their paycheck to interest on different loans. Cars, credit card balances, homes, whatever it is, they're paying on average 35%. Let me ask you this. If you took 35% of your paycheck and invested it every month, where do you think you would be at in 15, 20 years? It's going to be huge, okay? That's a big, big number right there. Stay conscious of that, okay? Because that is a wealth killer by having to pay that money out, all right? Again, having to do with those credit cards, okay? I'm all about using them, okay? But I'm all about paying them off at the end of the month as well when the bill comes, all right? I don't keep balances on mine. There's no reason to, all right? And when you use it and then you pay it off, you'll see, you know, like using Credit Karma, you know, every month it goes up 3 or 4 points because of paying it off. But if you keep that balance on there and everything like that, the killer is all that extra money you're paying on those finance charges and everything like that. Man, that money needs to go into investing. That needs to go into doing something fun. That needs to go into having a good meal. That needs to go into some kind of investment that's going to make you some money. So that's my thing for today on Morning Monday is pay off that credit card every month, but use it, okay? Because it doesn't do any good for you on your credit report for you to be using a debit card. It doesn't matter. It's your money anyway. All a debit card does is save you from having to carry it. So, do me a favor. Use your credit cards responsibly. Go get all kinds of Happy Jack with them and everything like that. The other thing is that if you have a limit on it, call the credit card company and see if you can get the limit raised, okay? Because we'll just say if you have $10,000 in credit and you spend $1,500 on it, that's 15%, okay? That doesn't look real, but if you have $100,000 and you spend 10 grand, in their eyes, it looks phenomenal. So, have yourself a very wonderful day. If you need me, send me an email. It's rentalrobertpcola@gmail.com. Hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, be productive, be profitable, and figure out who's got your money.